Satnam and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live. Thank you to those of you that are watching the replay, and welcome to our weekly astrology reading and Akashic reading. I'm going to go over the astrology of the week. I'll show you the charts on the screen, and then we will go into the Akashic records and channel a message with the tarot and the oracle cards for this week. And this is a huge week. Because we are having Uranus has now officially entered into Gemini. I'll be mainly focusing on that. But before we dive in, I do want to say thank you guys for being here, for watching, for being a part of this community and this channel. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And also check out the free download of the moon guide. It's going to tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It enters you into my email list, and I send out a weekly moon magic report also with the astrology of the week, but you get it in written form in a really nice organized way day by day, which also helps us with just moving through the crazy energies. That report comes out every Wednesday. And so the next one is coming out this Wednesday. Also, I want to remind you that my book, Seasons and Stargates, is officially out. You can get both the paperback copy and the ebook. Ebook I recommend for international. It's also available on Amazon, so look for it on Amazon. You might be able to find it there. If you're in the USA, the easiest, quickest way will be to buy it directly from the publisher. The link is in my, it's in the description of this video, but also it's on my webpage. Another thing that is really important this week, that's coming out this week, is my next podcast episode with Robert Comer, who is the author of The Lost Octave. And we had an amazing conversation. We talked for like 2 hours and 36 minutes. It was insane. I think because we had such like similar minds in terms of like being and living the astrology that we couldn't stop talking. So it's going to be an amazing podcast. And that comes out on this Thursday, which is actually a full moon, which is the other reason why this week is such a big deal. I also want to invite you this Friday to a free Kundalini yoga class and sound bath, all with the theme of Uranus entering into Gemini. So Kundalini yoga is a practice that works with the centers of the body, you know, the chakras, the Shushumna channel. There's breath work. There's so much variety, and it's such a powerful and activating practice. I haven't taught a Kundalini yoga class in a while, and they can be really powerful. Uranus also represents the nervous system, and Kundalini yoga, because it works with the central channel, this is going to be a really powerful class. And I'm going to couple it with a sound bath, because it just so happens that where Uranus is at today and the rest of this week is on Alcyone, which is the main star of the Pleiades. So we're going to have Kundalini yoga and sound bath geared towards anchoring Uranus and Gemini into our lives in general. So I can't freaking wait for this class. I'm very excited about it. And there's just a lot going on this week. So let's just dive right into the astrology. So as you can see on the bottom, towards the bottom right, we have Uranus having just entered into Gemini. He's literally at 0 degrees and 1 minute of Gemini. This is a big deal. Uranus spends 8 years in one sign. He hasn't been in Gemini in 84 years. So there are some people having their Uranus return, which happens around 84 years old. Isn't that crazy? So anyways, it's a big deal. It's a new energy because Uranus represents the nervous system and he rules Aquarius. We're talking about an electrifying, mutable energy now. So he went from Taurus to Gemini. Taurus was like the breakup of the earth, the clearing of like the shaking up and breaking up of the earthly realm. so that something new can be replaced. So you've got Gemini, which rules the mind. It also rules communication, speaking, sharing, technology as well. So I feel like this is going to be the most powerful cosmic mind activation that we don't even know what's going to show up here. And the craziest thing is that everybody likes to, even I, in sharing what I think, Uranus and Gemini will bring, no one can really predict what it's actually going to bring into our lives because it's Uranus. So it's a whole new theme. We're in this for the next 8 years. If you have anything in Gemini, this planet is going to be passing over your natal planets in Gemini. So do you have a Gemini sun? Do you have Gemini moon, Gemini rising? Whatever you have in Gemini, you're going to get this like Kundalini activation, which is basically what's been happening for all the Taurus placements. Well, now we're moving on to Gemini placements. And especially if you have your sun or your moon, which are the two planets that really hold the personal frequency, the soul and the emotions, then it can feel like a shake up, a rattling of your sense of self, your identity, your soul, your mission. I mean, it's like radical change. Like Uranus brings radical change, radical activations, and this is going to be in the mental frequency with Gemini. I'm very excited about it. I feel like it's a positive thing. I feel like change is good, that we need all these transits. They're showing up in the world in ways that are just beyond. And kind of, okay, it's about time for things to start shifting. Excuse me. And we've been having these major transits happening since a while. But, 2020, we had Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto conjunction. We had the eclipses there too. 2024, Pluto entered Aquarius, and then 24, 25, and then 26, we're dealing with Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries. And these are all outer planets. And when the outer planets change signs, it changes like at a huge collective level. It's beyond what we can, it's like the whole world is changing, and we can see this. And Uranus rules Aquarius, and we're moving, and we are in already, the Aquarian age, the new shift in humanity, and the mind, Mercury, coming into contact with Uranus is going to activate our higher mind. So I feel like this is a powerful time of, channeling things. Like, for example, right now, I'm channeling my book. Excuse me. So my book's being channeled right now, and it's going to be really cool. And so far it's like, and I'm writing it pretty fast. It's very Uranus and Gemini. And I'm like, this is cool that the book that I've been wanting to write for years is finally being written now as, Uranus enters Gemini. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense for me. So a lot of downloads, a lot of channeling. This is going to be in the mind space more than anything else. So today also we have Venus making a trine to Pluto, and the trine with Pluto brings in depth, like a depth of understanding, maybe uncovering some shadows that need to be seen, maybe bringing up intensity in the space of relationships, kind of wild and crazy, because Aquarius, Gemini, this is me. Well, Gemini is mutable, Aquarius is fixed energy, but still it's like it can be a little all over the place at the same time. But I think maybe there's an unearthing of something, like peeling off the layers, and we're needing to see what's there. Obviously, trines are going to encourage us into finding harmony and balance in general. But this is about going deeper into the truth of what's right here in front of you. And the moon, in the next few days is waxing gibbous, because it's getting ready to become a full moon. So this is going to be the first full moon with Uranus and Gemini. That's why it's such a big deal. And tomorrow night, or not tomorrow, but Wednesday, I'm going to be doing the astrology reading for the full moon, which is happening on the 54th gate and Jinki, which goes from, I can't remember what the shadow is. Let me pull it up real quick. I know it goes to aspiration. That's the shadow of the 54. I can pull it up. Because this is going to help us understand theme-wise what's happening. I think, okay, greed. There we go. I remember now. From greed to aspiration towards ascension. And what's really powerful about the specific Jinki is the descriptive phrase for it is the serpent's path, which I put as the title of the video, the broadcast, the serpent's path. I mean, you can't make this shit up, right? Like Uranus rules Kundalini. That's why we're doing a Kundalini yoga class on Friday. I thought that would be the most appropriate thing for all of this activation that is happening at like a nervous system level. It all relates. So moon also, as it's waxing gibbous and moving towards its full phase, is today it's on Ophiuchus and Antares. So we're also tapping into sacred, divine, hidden knowledge, the occult knowledge that when we tap into, this is the serpent's path, right? The snake bearer is where we transmute, the shadow becomes our medicine, right? So this is quite an activating force for the moon to be at this spot. And it's technically at this time today opposing the Gemini energy. So it's like opposing. So there's like already a full moon effect happening as Uranus comes into Gemini. That's a little crazy, right? So it's activating. It also is going to move through the galactic center tomorrow. So if I go to tomorrow, moon on the galactic center, calling us into this knowledge of the beyond, tapping into the Akashic of our solar system, understanding the stories, understanding our past lives, understanding the role that we're, playing here on Earth at this time. And then the moon enters into Capricorn and it'll pass through. And now we're looking at Wednesday, the Lyran stargates, which tap into the ancient wisdom of ancient civilizations, the oldest souls in the galaxy. So it's very powerful. And on Wednesday, the moon's already Capricorn, which is the sign that it's going to be in when we reach, the full moon. And the full moon happens the next day on Thursday on the 54th gate and Jinki. And it's the very first moon, new or full moon, that we are going to have with Uranus in the sign of Gemini. So we're going to talk about like the aspects and the importance of this full moon in the broadcast on Wednesday. But for now, just know that it's like in the vision of the week, it's like this is a very heightening, intense, like electrifying week. There's just so much that's like expanding the energy, right? Waxing gibbous, passing through Sagittarius, which is one of the most activating signs, with Uranus having just entered Gemini. So it just keeps on building, right? It's a buildup. This moon is definitely a huge buildup. And then we get to the 11th, where we see the sun make a trine to the north node. So then it's like, okay, now as the moon enters Aquarius and makes a conjunction to Pluto, we are invited into deeper contact with the subconscious, deeper contact into what lies below the surface that is here to be transformed and transmuted. And then the realignment of here's your focus. Stop worrying so much about being in control of everything and actually open yourself, expand yourself into higher knowing, higher knowledge. Actually, this day is the day we're going to be doing the Kundalini yoga class, which is fun that it's an 11th, right? July 11th. But this day, the moon will bring the message to Pluto. Will bring the message to the underworld. Like, okay, these are the themes. This is where we're realigning ourselves at that time, Chiron conjuncts the Andromeda stargates. And this is a moment of liberation, potential liberation. When we get to the next day, which is Saturday, we see Venus make a conjunction to Aldebaran and the moon a conjunction to Aquila. So again, it's like it's like a week that's so jam-packed with powerful stargates. You know, Uranus on the Pleiades, the moon on passing through Sagittarius, Antares, the galactic center, Ophiuchus, right? Like the moon on Aquila, seeing the eagle, seeing things from a higher perspective. Venus on Aldebaran, Archangel Michael, like cutting the cords. There's a lot of there's a lot of high vibrational energy is what I will say. We've got the eagle, we've got the Pleiades, we've got Aldebaran, Archangel Michael, we've got the serpent bearer. Like there's a lot, and there's still some serious activations. And then Mercury actually also makes a conjunction to Ursa Major, which is Leakish star seeds and the full light, the ultimate light energy, which can be clearing. Like light is like fire and it burns. Right? So there's like the burning fire of the clarity that it wants to come in. And then we're not even done, because we have one more aspect right before our week ends. As the moon enters into Pisces, Saturn goes retrograde. And this is us now moving into a phase. It's about 5.5, 6 months, where we are not just preparing for the actual conjunction between Saturn and Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees next February. We're also healing karma, reflecting on our past, on the lessons, on all the ways that, you know, because we're supposed to be initiating our hero's journey right now, individually, but as a collective. This is the hero's journey activation. So these two planets, Saturn and Neptune, now being retrograde, are like asking us to reflect on what have you initiated? What did you put into motion? It's a point to step back and be like, are you really ready now though? Are you really ready to step into the full hero's journey? It's almost like we've just been trying on outfits, and when these two planets go direct and they come back into Aries together and conjunct at 0 degrees, that's what these retrogrades are preparing us for. So that retrograde with Saturn begins this Sunday. So the main events, okay? Today, Uranus has entered Gemini. Huge. That's the most important one for the whole week. On top of that, it's on Alcyon, a powerful Pleiadian stargate. And he's going to be at 0 degrees for like a whole month. So this whole month from today forward is like Pleiadian channelings, light language, connecting with the higher vibrational frequency. It's pure love. It's like high heart chakra energy. So this is a total Pleiadian energy for the next month. It is a powerful stargate. Then you have the full moon in Capricorn, right? That's the second biggest thing. The first full moon with Uranus in Gemini. And then we finish the week with the third big transit, which is Saturn going retrograde. And in between, yes, the sun trines the North Node and all the other things I mentioned, but the biggest ones are Uranus, the full moon, and Saturn going retrograde. So it's almost like sometimes I'll look at the astrology and I'm like, wow, there's a really cool story being told, you know? Oh, Venus on Aldebaran, that's another big one. All the stargates, major stargates this week. And Venus goes way faster than Uranus in comparison. So we're talking like that is going to be another important one, because we're not going to see Venus on Aldebaran for a while. We're not going to see Uranus in freaking... Well, he will go back retrograde, so he's going to kind of dance around the 0 degree of Gemini, Alcyon, Pleiades. But essentially, we have a month of him here initially. So this is the first sort of activating Pleiadian channeled energy. And then every time he returns to 0 degrees for the next like year or so until he's like fully in Gemini, which all the planets do, this is our chance to connect with that energy. So it is very, very powerful, very highly activating week. And that's why there's so much going on. On Wednesday, we're going to do the astrology of the full moon. On Thursday, we're going to do the full moon ceremony. And on Thursday is the day that I'm releasing the podcast with Robert Comer. Don't miss that podcast episode. It's going to be amazing. The premiere is exactly on the full moon, which is around 1:30 p.m. Pacific. And then the next day we have the Kundalini Yoga, the Uranus Kundalini Yoga and sound bath Pleiadian activation. So join us for all of that. It is so fun to just hold space to be able to have, we have our global community. That's where we're going to be doing our yoga class and meditation. It's where I host all free events, where I also host all of my courses. And we have this beautiful private community to share, to grow, to, just hold space for each other during all these crazy transits and crazy things that are happening. So what I'd like to do now is open up the Akashic Records and do our reading. I love that there's 22 in the chat right now. And do a reading for this week and see what is the message that wants to come through. And I realized I didn't go through and say hi to everybody that's here. So let me do that real quick. Hello, Bernadine. Welcome in. Jeanette, Jerlene, Diane, Ashley. Hello. Sticks and Stones. Salty Mama. Welcome, you guys. Raessa, welcome in. Yeah, any Gemini placements, look out for those, you guys. The Lyrans are the oldest souls of the galaxy. This energy gives you a headache. I've been just out of it. We had our moon goddess training yesterday and everybody was a little out of it. But then by the end, it was super fun. And we were laughing our heads off. Thank God. That's very Gemini energy. So hopefully it brings up laughter for all of us. That's what I hope for all of us. Because I've also been out of it. And I'm so glad that I prepared everything for this week. All the stuff that I have to do extra besides the readings. For example, creating all events, because I have to create events every time there's an event. I have to create it on YouTube. So I need the image, the title, the description, scheduling it, putting it, each one takes quite a bit of time. Then I have to create equal events for those in the global community, then link those to the global community. So the process is create the image, download the image, create the event, then create the event in the global community. And it's it's a task. It's all the sort of admin shit that nobody sees, right? All of the posts, for the Starseed membership and all the email, the emails that go out, the newsletter, the other announcement emails. So there was so much this week because so many things are jamming together. Full moon, I'm decided to do a Kundalini yoga class. I've got, so I'm so glad that I did all that last week before Uranus was in Gemini, because I'm all I want to have to do this week is to just show up when I need to show up, and then that's it. I don't want to have to think about anything else in between those times. So it's like that. I'm that's where I'm at. Hey, Maricela, welcome in. I see you in here too. And Jennifer as well. Rochelle is also here. Good to see you guys. Okay. So let us, Moon Goddess training is going so good. Everybody is absolutely loving it. And we have such an amazing and a powerful group of women. This year is truly beyond amazing. Every year is. This year is special. Every year is special in its own way. But yes, I am so loving this group. So here we go. Let's dive in to this Akashic reading. So while I tune in, feel free to tune in yourself. Feel free to get some tarot cards and pull cards as I pull them. You can do a individual message while I do the collective message. And as I open up the records, you can tune in as well. You can close your eyes and hear the prayer and ask for a message for yourself. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. All right. So here we go. I just want to pull this up on my phone again. All right. The first card that we pull always guides us to like kind of the current energies. What's our jumping off point for the week? Kind of where are we at right now? We are, Marisela, that's right. On Saturday, we have our monthly group support in the membership. So make sure if you're in the membership that you come to that session. I love seeing you guys every month. All right. What's the current energy? Yeah, the cards are flying. I knew they would. Okay. So here we go. We have the Six of Wands and the Sun. I love that a major arcana card comes out right away, along with the card of the victorious hero. So this is a blast, like a blast of light that's coming in. See, Gemini is it's a young energy. Gemini can, even though it's not like the sign of like childhood, it can be very playful. It can have this like lighthearted energy. So this, like victory to the sun. Okay, like victory to the innocence. You know, victory to like we made it is the message. We made it here. We made it to this point. That's our message. We have arrived. Okay. Hello, Nicole. Welcome in. So we have arrived. This is a moment of like self-recognition, self-knowing that we're at all soul level. The sun represents the soul. This is soul activation. And, you know, Alcyone, you know, the main star of the Pleiades with the pure light frequency, the elevation of the light frequency, that's also, we have arrived. What's going to be the challenge? Seven of Swords. Okay. This card speaks about deception. This card speaks about where do you think you're going to get away with shit? Because you're not going to get away with shit. Yes, it also means like someone could be deceiving you, but I think that we're trying to be sneaky, you know? Maybe there's a light-hearted energy here connected with this card that like we think, you know, we're trying to be sneaky, like Gemini can be kind of sneaky, but I think be careful, like be careful and be careful of the thoughts. Like you can't, I'm getting this like, if you're not paying attention, like if you don't look back, don't focus on the past. Also, just be careful of like your own mind. Like in which ways are you kind of deceiving yourself? In which ways do you feel you're falling for things that, you know, maybe you shouldn't? And it's all in the mind space. Remember, Mercury is all in the mind space. So this is the biggest challenge is, don't run away. It's the first one. Don't run away with your mind. Don't run away with your thoughts. Don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive others. Like pay attention. Look at where you're walking. Look at where you're like stepping. Yeah. If more comes through, I will let you know. What is the overall theme of the week? Theme of the week. Overall theme of the week. Okay, I'm feeling this. Oh my God. I just saw this at the bottom of the deck and then I shuffled and then it came out again. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I felt this as connection to this card. So the Justice card. this is about karma. This is about a balancing, a rebalancing, a readjustment. Remember, this is also a full moon week. So it's definitely important to keep in mind that, like, I feel like things are rebalancing themselves. That's what I'm getting. That the overall theme is that things are rebalancing themselves. All right. I like that. Okay. What is the wisdom from our ancestors? Okay. I am totally loving this. My dogs are losing their shit. This has been happening every Monday. I keep getting interrupted by some crazy thing going on outside. Okay. The world. The zero degree. Holy shit. The portal. All right. Wisdom from our spirit guides. This week is a portal. The zero represents everything or nothing. Nothing or everything. Infinite potential. You're the one that holds the key. This is about integrating. This is the completion of the hero's journey. So it's about integrating the whole thing. Knowing who you are. Stepping into your sovereignty. And activating the powers, right? And it can come from these, the 4 fixed signs are in this card. This is esoteric wisdom. This is you as the full on, like, you graduated. But what I see more than anything else is that this week is a portal. A magical portal that we can step through into infinity. I just heard to infinity and beyond. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Okay, our animal for the week. Holy shit. Oh my God. The harpy eagle. Get out. Get out. Like, have you guys seen a harpy eagle? They are huge. Have you seen harpy eagle feathers? Oh my God, I cannot wait to see what this is about. All right, let's see if I can find it. Go to the beginning. The harpy eagle, though? This is nuts. I think I may have... I wonder if I did that. Put 2 decks together, because I'm getting animals that that are not in the book. Well, let me look at eagle and see if it's a similar message as eagle. If eagle is even here. Elephant, elk, falcon. There's hawk. There's hummingbird. Looking at all these. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my God. I love it though. Like, I love, like, the harpy eagle is no joke. Same as Angela, bobcat, alligator, raven. So weird. Okay, so like not all these animals are here. So I'm going to go with, well, I see eagle. So let's see if we pull up eagle and we see what it says. This is actually annoying. Okay, here we go. View your life from a higher perspective so you may gain insight into the finer details. Eagle is a symbol of clear vision and observing life from a higher perspective. Even though eagle flies high up in the sky, they have the ability to see the most intricate of details happening on the ground. With such keen eyesight, eagle holds a great deal of knowledge and wisdom. You are encouraged to view your life from a higher perspective so you may gain insight into the detailed workings of the day-to-day lives. It is only from this vantage point that you will be able to see the patterns that need to be shifted in order to ascend to the next level of spiritual evolution. Majestic and bold, these great spirits are a reminder of your own divine connection to both heaven and earth. Call on eagle when you are ready to step into your highest power while remaining grounded and balanced at the same time. See, that message really fits. But I love that it's a harpy eagle. I actually want to ask, I'm going to ask chat about this harpy eagle. All right, let's see. Let's go. Sure, this one's good. Okay. What is the esoteric meaning of the harpy eagle? What is it here to teach us as our animal card of the week? And let's see what chat says. Man, but this card is, look at it though. The harpy eagle is one of the most powerful and mystical birds of prey in the world. And when it appears as your animal guide of the week, it's still downloading. It brings a deep... Hello, Lish. Welcome in. It brings a deep and commanding message of sovereignty, perception, and divine justice. Symbol of sovereign sight. The harpy eagle is the seer of the unseen. Its eyes pierce through layers of illusion, distraction, and falsehood. As a spirit guide, it invites you to rise above emotional entanglement and see your life from a higher, soul-aligned perspective. These two cards are definitely the major cards of the week. It teaches you to claim your inner throne, to act from clarity, not chaos. Like the eagle, you're being asked to take space from the noise and tune into the stillness above the storm. Ooh. The guardian of divine justice. Get out. We literally pull the justice card. In myth, the harpy was once seen as a fierce divine enforcer, not evil, but truth revealing. As an archetype, the harpy eagle reminds you, where am I tolerating what no longer serves my truth? This week, this is a week to cut cords. Oh my God, Venus on Aldebaran and Archangel Michael. Reclaim energy and assert sacred boundaries. Don't fear being powerful. Right? Fear staying small when your soul is calling you higher. Damn. Okay, this is epic. Maybe we're going to bring chat every Monday now. Messenger of the hidden realms, Pluto. With ties to ancient prophecy and celestial realms, the harpy eagle connects you to the Akashic field, moon on the galactic center, the dream world, and ancestral memory. Pay attention to dreams, signs, and the feeling behind the feeling. Ooh. Your inner eagle vision is activating. Trust your insights, even if others don't see yet what you do. Weekly reflection prompt. If I could fly above my life right now, what truth would I see? What am I ready to let go of to soar? Fuck yeah, dude. That was epic. I'm so glad I did that. All right, you guys. As you can tell, this is powerful activating energy. What I feel in this bird is like there's a presence to it that's like majestic, royal, sovereign, strong. There's mysticism here. He's white. Like purity. White represents purity. It's a purifying, right? The sun, the light purifies us. Wow. It's guiding us to elevate, to reach higher levels of spiritual understanding and frequency. I feel like this is Uranus, you guys. It's Uranus. 0 degree. Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini. Can't make this shit up. How freaking exciting. Let's close the records. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. Well, you guys, as you can tell, this is magical, powerful, activating week. Let's make sure we remember that as we move through. I know my heart is going boom. And don't get lost. Don't get lost. Like, come back, keep coming back to the moment. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing week. I will see you throughout the week. A lot of broadcasts happening. The premiere of the podcast episode with Robert Comer. Check that out. And I will see you on Friday for a Kundalini Yoga and Akashic Sound Bath in connection to the Pleiades. See you next time.